Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho. ¡Mango!
Hello, everybody. Hi, this is Dr. Villavicencio. We are here again because we are going to be talking about grammar today. In the previous lesson, we learned about how to make plurals in the nouns from singular to plural, but now we are going to learn about the articles. That is very important because we have been talking already about articles, but now we are going to learn a little bit into more the grammar way, how to use in a medical profession. So let's take a look about this one here. In Spanish, all the nouns, even those denoting non-living things have gender and number. Let's look at this living room. If we're talking about the living room, the sofa, the table, the wall, everything has a gender. That means grammatically can be masculine or grammatically can be a feminine one. For example, the sofa, in Spanish we said el sofá, and it's a masculine. La mesa, we said is the table, la mesa, and it's a feminine one. La alfombra, which is the carpet, is a feminine one. La pared, which is the wall, is a feminine wall. La ventana, a feminine one. El reloj is a masculine. So probably you have already realized when we are talking about feminine or masculine, we change it, the article. In English, we have the for everything, the sofa, the table, the carpet, the wall. But in Spanish, we use el or la. El or la. El for the masculine and la for the feminine. Remember that we are talking grammatically. El or la, masculine or feminine, and we are talking about just one single object. That means it's singular. Let's see the next one here. The adjectives and the articles have to always match the gender and the number. So let's talk just in Spanish here. If I have one sofa, I said el sofá. If I have multiple sofas, I have to say los sofás. Pay attention here. El was switched to los, and sofá from singular ended up in sofás, that is plural. We learned that in the previous grammar lesson. La mesa, we said that is feminine, that's why it has a la. For plural, we said las mesas. For example, las mesas elegantes. You see also elegante match with the number here. We are talking in plural. So elegante has to go to elegantes. We are matching gender and number. La alfombra. La alfombra is this carpet, the rug. La alfombra become las alfombras. It's a plural. From la to las. From singular to plural. And it's a feminine. That's why I'm using la. Last one here. La pared is the wall. La pared becomes las paredes blancas, the white walls. We said white walls because have to match gender and number. Las paredes blancas. It's not las paredes blanca. It's las paredes blancas. If this is plural, everything has to be in plural, even the color. La ventana, the window. Las ventanas. La, change it to las. And here, el reloj, los relojes. El, change it to los. So probably you already realized that this one here that we use in male or masculine and female or feminine way, grammatically talking, they are going to be changed when they become plural. el to los and la to las. So we have los and las, the plural forms to el and la. Next one here. Let's talk about the gender in the noun and the gender in the article. The gender of living things, people, or animal nouns determines the grammatical gender. For example, usually moms are female. If I said mama, which is mother, the article has to be female because we are talking about living things. So in living things, the sex or the gender of the living thing determine the grammatical gender. Mama is a female. That's why la mama is the correctly grammatical view of this noun. We are talking about mama as a female, so the article has to be female. Let's see this one here, papa. Papa usually is masculine, right? Papa is a masculine, it's a male thing. When I use a male thing for people or animal, I have to use el, is the masculine grammatically gender for papa. If I have a perro, what's perro? Is a dog. If my dog is male, I have to use el perro. If that's a female, I have to say la perra. If I have a cat, it's a female cat, I have to say la gata. If it's a male cat, I have to say el gato. That means the gender of the living thing is going to determine the grammatical gender. And hence, we are going to know which type of article we are going to be used. So far we have learned that el is for male, la for female, los for male, but in plural, and las for female in plural. Let's see the next one. There are some basic rules to figure it out, the gender. Some people ask me, Dr. B, how am I going to know when I'm going to use male or female when we talk about the pictures, the curtains, the shoes, the luggage? We don't understand that very easily. I understand that for mom and dad, aunt or uncle, I have to use the sex or the gender of the person to determine the grammatical gender. But how am I going to do with objects? So this is one of little trick here. If the noun ends in a, assume it's feminine. Let's put an example here. Oficina. You see the vowel at the end, oficina. When ends in a or a in Spanish, automatically you are going to say, this has to be a feminine one, and you are going to be 90% correct. Let's see the next one here, cama. Even if you don't know what it is, cama, see the ending, ends in a. And you are going to say, I'm going to put la because sounds this is a feminine one. So if the noun ends in a, assume it's feminine and you are going to be 90% correct. So now we have a couple of words that is not so easy. They don't end in a or o. They end in a weird consonants and vowels. So there is this little trick here. Nouns ending in ion, d, z, and umbre, is not hombre, is umbre, are generally feminine. Let's see some examples here. La televisión. You see the ending here, ion, has to be a feminine, grammatically speaking. The passion, la pasión, the ending in ion, has to be a feminine, hence the article is la. La nación, the nation. See the ending? The article is going to be la, is going to be a feminine one. La comunicación. Probably you realize that this is the communication. You see the ending? Ción. That's why the article is going to be la. La canción, the song. You don't even know what's canción, but you see the ending? Ion. Then you are going to put la. La moción. You don't even know what is moción, but you see the ending, the article is going to be la. La adicción. Probably you realize what's that, the addiction, right? You see the ending, you see the article is la. La presión, the pressure, like the blood pressure. The ending is in ion, then the article is la. We said also words that end in D. La aptitud ends in D, hence the article is going to be la. La senilidad, article is la. La soledad, you see the ending in D, the article is la. We said also that some words ending in EZ. La vejez, the old ages. La vejez. You see the ending, the article is going to be la. And we said also the ones that end in umbre is not hombre, is umbre. La costumbre, la incertidumbre. Very good. Let's see the next one here. Remember that some words, even though they are part of a male, can be grammatically feminine, or some parts that they are part of a female person or animal can be grammatically masculine. Let's take a look here. We are talking here about la barba, those nice hairs that the guys have on top of the chin. La barba, right? Even because the guys are the ones who owns la barba is grammatically feminine. El vestido is the dress, the kind of a blouse and a skirt type of thing is the dress. Who wears that? Usually girls. The girls, we wear the dress. Even though that we wear the dress, el vestido ends in O, is a masculine noun. That's why you have to put the article el. Let's see the next one. La camisa. La camisa means the formal shirt that the guys wear when they go to work or meet the boss, right? La camisa is a female noun, grammatically speaking. That's why the article you can see here is la. So even though the guy wears a camisa, it's grammatically a feminine, a female, a feminine noun. Okay, so to be a little bit more clear about this, let's talk with anatomy here. Look at these examples here. El útero. Útero ends in O, so you are going to be assuming that the útero is going to be masculine. You are right. It's a masculine, the uterus. It's masculine, grammatically it's a masculine, that's why it ends in O, and the article is L. So unfair, right? Has to be called la útera. We own the utero, we have to say la útera, but not. In Spanish is grammatically masculine. Let's see the ovary. Who carry the ovary? Girls. However, grammatically is masculine because ends in O and the article is L. Another anatomy part, clitoris. The ending is different. I don't have an A, I don't have an O, but it's still grammatically a masculine noun. El seno is a breast, right? Who carry breasts? Girls. However, because this ends in O, we have to put the article L, and grammatically is a masculine noun. Let's talk about this one here. The prostate. Who carry prostates? Guys, males. And because this noun ends in A, has to have the article la because it's a feminine noun. La uretra is where we pee, right? Where we pee from. Look, the ending ends in A and the article is la to match la uretra, and can be feminine and masculine, of course. And we talked already about la barba, which is this one here. Let's see the lower part of the chart. Another exception here. Some words Some nouns can end in A, and you are going to say, I got it. This is going to be a feminine, grammatically feminine noun, but not. It's going to be a masculine, or can be masculine and feminine at the same time. These are exceptions. So sometimes we just have to memorize these ones. Let's talk about here, the problem. El problema, the problem, ends in A, and you will say, I'm going to put la problema, but not. In this case, it's masculine. You have to say el problema. Let's see another example here. Pediatra. What's pediatra? We learned it in the last class. Is a pediatrician. The pediatrician can be the same for male and female. The noun is not going to change. I'm not going to say pediatra y pediatro. No, the only thing that's going to change is the article. And the article is going to tell me if there's a gentleman or a lady pediatrician. El pediatra for male, la pediatra for female. But the noun is not going to change. Another one that we learned last class, recepcionista, is our PSA, the people in the reception area. Recepcionista is the noun, and in this case, the noun is not going to change for male and female, same as above. If this is a guy, it's going to say el recepcionista. If that's a lady, it's going to be la recepcionista. So probably when we go to the clinic, the person in the clinic at the front desk is going to tell us, hola, buenos días. Yo soy Matthew. Yo soy el recepcionista. Or we can hear something like, hola, buenas tardes. Yo soy Mónica. Yo soy la recepcionista. So recepcionista doesn't change. The article change. Same example here. El internista, la internista. We learned in the previous class. Internista is the internal medicine physician. And the only way that you are going to realize that's a male or female is by the article. El policía, the policeman, la policía, the policewoman. El laboratorista. Laboratorista means the lab technician. So if we go to the lab technician is going to tell us, hola, buenos días, yo soy Jonathan, yo soy el laboratorista. Or we can hear, hola, buenos días, yo soy Amanda, yo soy la laboratorista. Let's see the next example. El intensivista, la intensivista. Remember this one we learned in the last class is the intensive care unit doctor, and doesn't change it's a male or female. Probably you will hear, hola, buenos días, yo soy el doctor Jacome, yo soy el intensivista. Or you can hear, hola, buenos días, yo soy la doctora Jacome, la doctora Jacome, yo soy la intensivista. You see how ends in ah. When the guy was talking, he was saying, oh, yo soy el doctor o el técnico. Oh. When there's a female is ah. Let's see. Some nouns are similar for male and female, and they don't change in A or O. The only way to know is by looking at the article. They don't change sometimes even in a vowel, or sometimes they ended in a vowel, the E, that you call I, but in Spanish we said E. Let's see these ones here. El estudiante, la estudiante. The noun is the same, the student. The student is the same, but how we know it's a male or female? By the article. El estudiante probably is a boy, right? La estudiante most likely is a girl. The singer, el cantante, la cantante. The patient, el paciente, la paciente. El escribiente, la escribiente. Do you remember what's the meaning of that? We learned in the last class that is the scribe. Scribe is the person that helps us taking notes during the medical encounter. Very good. So in these cases, you see the noun ends in e. So there is no way, no clue if that's going to be a male or female. The only way to know is because of the article here. El estudiante, la estudiante. If you make the mistake and you say el estudianto, la estudianta, sounds really funny, but that is okay. That's okay to make the mistake because the more you listen, the more you write, the more you read, you are going to be picking up those exceptions, weird cases here. Let's talk about our jobs. In our jobs, diseases and inflammations are usually female, especially those inflammations, infections that end in itis. So let's read those. La, we said it's female, right? La cellulitis. I'm not saying cellulitis. Cellulitis. La gastritis, inflammation, right? I'm not saying gastritis. La gastritis. La vaginitis. I'm not saying vaginitis. Vaginitis. La diabetes, a disease. La myopia. That was easy. Ends in A, of course, has to be female here. La arthritis. I'm not saying arthritis. 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 La colitis. I'm not saying colitis. La colitis. La arrhythmia. Another easy one, right? Ends in A, most likely is a female. Grammatically talking or grammatically speaking here, the article is going to be la. La otitis. I'm not saying otitis. It's otitis. Sounds beautiful. La sinusitis. I'm not saying la sinusitis. It's la sinusitis. Sinusitis. La neumonía. La faringitis. La hipertensión. Of course, there are a lot of diseases that they are grammatically speaking male or masculine. El infarto, ends in O, easy to know. El lupus, no way to know, we just have to memorize. It's not la lupus, it's el lupus. El colon irritable, you know what's that. El embarazo, embarazo ends in O, that's most likely a male one here, a masculine here, which is very unfair because el embarazo means the pregnancy. And we carry the pregnancies and happens to be a masculine noun, el embarazo. El glaucoma, this is a tricky one, ends in A, but the article is going to be masculine. El reflujo, I'm not saying reflujo, reflujo. Reflujo ends in O and the article is masculine. That's the reflux, gastroesophageal reflux. So let's keep doing this. Check if ends in an A or an O and go for it. If you make the mistake, that's okay. But if you want to practice this, listen multiple times, memorize these things, write me to my email 100 words and make me check, I am more than happy to do it. Let's see the next one here. If the noun ends in O, we said that we are going to assume is a male. Like for example, el edificio. Edificio ends in O, and the article is a masculine one, the building. So the building is a masculine in Spanish. El oído. This is el oído. Doesn't matter if it's a oído in a male, oído in female, ends in O. Hence, the article is going to be masculine. masculine. El auto, the car. El zapato, even though that the girl is wearing the zapato, el zapato is going to be a masculine noun. El abuelo ends in O, and we have the article here, a masculine one. Why? Some nouns are male by default because it's related, we said already this, because it's related with the gender of a living thing. So if we are talking about the dad, el papá, the grandpa, el abuelo, my uncle, el tío, my male cousin, el primo. If the human being or the living thing has a gender that's a masculine, by default, we know the article. If I have here el perro, I am assuming that the dog is a male dog. That's why it's ending in O. If that is going to be a female dog, I have to say la perra, because in living things is by default. El gato, I am assuming here that's a male cat. That's why ends in O, and that's why I'm using el as an article. If that is a female cat, I'm going to say la gata. Let's see the next one here. Some nouns at the end may have ma, pa, or ta. They are usually masculine, but this rule doesn't apply to everything. So just pay attention. Sometimes words that end on ma, pa, ta, they are going to be masculine. We talked already about el problema down here, the problem, right? El problema. But also the program, el programa. So if you memorize el problema, also memorize el programa. Sounds the same. The problem and the program is usually grammatically male, masculine. El mapa, ends in A, but more than A ends in PA. El mapa. El planeta, even though that ends in A, the ending literally is TA that we have here. Ma, pa, ta. Ma like programa, like problema. Pa like mapa. Ta like planeta. Let's see the next one here. Now we know about the gender. Let's talk about the number. So we know that L we use for grammatically masculine nouns and la for grammatically feminine nouns. How I make the plural of this? El go to los and la go to las. Next one here. Let's summarize. In English, we use the as an article, right? So we said the book, the cat, the house, the chair. We make plurals using the books, the cats, the house, and all of them. If we make sentence, I will say, I want to find the anatomy book. Remember these sentences because we are going to be using later on. We can say, I want to feed the cat. I want to buy the house. I want to paint the chairs, right? That's how we use the. What happened in Spanish? We have 4 ways to say the. Depends on the gender and the number. Gender and number, gender and number, gender and number. Remember that. So if that's a male, it's going to be el, female, la, and the respective plurals, los and las. So let's use the same examples as before. We said the book, el libro. Why? Because book is libro, and libro ends in O. That's why I have to put el. The plural, switch el to los, and just I need to add the s. If you don't know how to make plurals in the nouns, I will advise you to watch my previous video. Next one here, the cat, the cats. El gato. Gato is a cat because ends in O, most likely el. That means I have the article that's a masculine article. And if I want to make the plural, el has to go to los, and gato has to get plural by adding the s at the end. Next example, the house, the houses. La casa, house is casa. Because ends in A, the article most likely is going to be la casa. How are I going to make the plural? La means to be switched to las, and casa need to be add the s at the end to be a plural, the houses. The chair, the chairs. La silla, chair, silla. Chair, silla ends in A. That's why the article is going to be la silla to match the noun here. If this is a grammatically female or grammatically feminine noun, I have to match with la. I'm not going to put el silla. That is not gender and number correctly done there, or pair. So la silla. If I have to make it plural, la has to become las, and silla has to become plural, las sillas. So I have matching in gender and in number. So we learned that we use articles before a noun or a name. In Spanish, that has to match the gender and number. We use el, la, los, las, when we know the object or the person, when the object is concrete, when the object is unique, or in parts of the day. So let me back to the previous slide. Remember that I told you, please memorize this one or remember these ones. When we said, I want to find the anatomy book, I want to find the book, I know specifically which type of book I want to find. When I said, I want to feed the cats or the cat, I know which cat I want to feed. I want to buy the house. I know which one. I want to paint the chairs or the chair. I already bought it. I know exactly which one. That's why I'm saying we use el libro, el gato, la casa, la silla when we know the object or the person. In the previous sentence, I know the book, I know which cat, I know which house, which chair. That's why I use el, la, los, las. I know it, and the object is concrete. We also use this when we talk about objects that or persons that they are unique. La mamá, el papá, or parts of the day. For example, if you make an appointment for the patient, you are going to tell the appointment is during la mañana, during the morning, la mañana, or the appointment is during the afternoon, la tarde. Please come to get your CT scan en la mañana. Please come to get your MRI en la tarde. So we use la also for these parts of the day. We will do more examples about that. But those are not the only articles that we have in Spanish. What happens when the object or the person that we are using or talking about is not very well known? Like, I want to find a doctor, I want to find a lawyer, I want to find a book, I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't know yet, but it's not known. So we use in English a or an. In Spanish, there is ways also to say a or an, and we are going to have a version in male, female, singular, and plural. That's why we ended up with un for the male or masculine grammatically speaking version, una for the feminine version, unos, that is a plural one. See the S at the end? That's a plural and ends in O, so it's a masculine noun in plural. And this here, you see the S at the end and the A before, that's a plural and that's a feminine one, right? So I have also 4 versions for the ones in English, or an. Let's see some examples here. A book, some books. I want to find a book. I want to find some books. I want to find un libro. I want to find unos libros. I don't know yet which books, but I want to find some of them. Un is just for one, and unos is going to be for some, few of them. A doctor, some doctors. I need to find a doctor, or I need to find some doctors. I need to find un doctor. I need to find unos doctores. You see the plural here? Doctor, the way that we make a plural is adding es. If you have not seen already how to make plural in Spanish, that lecture is going to explain you why is that. And you are going to understand this. Doctor, doctores is not doctors, doctores. Next one here, a cat, some cats. I want to adopt a cat. I'm not sure yet which one, right? I don't know the object or the person. Un gato. I want to adopt un gato. I want to adopt some cats. I want to adopt unos gatos. This is the singular version and this is the plural version. When we are talking is about a cat, I don't know them yet. I haven't visited any shelter. I don't know any of them, but that's my idea. Un gato, unos gatos. Is not concrete. I don't know them yet. A house, some houses. I want to look for a house. I want to look for una casa. I want to look for houses. I want to look for unas casas. A chair, some chairs. I want to buy a chair. I want to buy una silla. I want to buy some chairs. I want to buy unas sillas. So I want to buy a chair, but I haven't decided which one. If I go and check the chair and come back and tell my husband, I will say, I want to buy that chair, la silla. But because I still don't know, still I'm just going to the store, it's una silla or unas sillas. It's not la silla or las sillas. We use la or las when I already know the object, when it's very concrete. Thank you very much for listening to this lesson. Try to repeat it again and again and again. Listen my pronunciation in Spanish, of course. And I think if you have any question, you can write me to my email. I will be doing the next chapter is the use of de in the next 24-48 hours. So I'm going to be sending the invitation through my Facebook page. Please sign also or subscribe to my YouTube channel. The lessons are going to be there, so you can listen in them when you are driving or doing other things. And see you in the class. Bye-bye.